Hello friends, I'm Mamta Rupesh, your Vedic Maths coach from the VedicMaths.com. Welcome to our weekly podcast, Learn, Teach and Grow with Mamta Rupesh. In today's podcast interview, we have our guest Sir Amit Rathi, who is the founder of Edustori. The Edustori platform helps students study abroad and achieve their academic goals. We have discussed more on studying abroad for students and effective leadership qualities for bright careers. Also, the difference between international universities and Indian university, and we also discussed about 3C approach and age criteria to start with, and also how to clear competitive exams, best ways to improve your memory power and confidence. So, friends, to know more information on these topics, I want you all to stay till the end and please do like, share, and subscribe on YouTube and do follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Spotify. Let's get started.
Hello, everyone, and a very good morning to you, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Hi, and friends, we have Sir Amit Rathi. And in today's podcast interview, we are going to talk a lot about an interesting topic called Study Abroad for Students and Effective Leadership Qualities for Bright Careers. And sir, thank you so much for accepting our podcast invite.
No, that was my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
In
Friends,
case,
Sir Amit
to
Rathi.
student-
Yes, sir. Please tell me.
No, I'm saying in case I can give back to society and to students, it will be good. So
Yes,
great
so
to
that's
be here.
great.
Thank you.
That's nice. Friends, Sir Amit Rathi is the founder of Edustori. And Edustori platform helps students study abroad and achieve their academic goals. And a warm welcome to Amit Rathi, sir.
Thank you, Mamta. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. So, friends, Sir is an experiential trainer, happiness and leadership coach. He has trained and mentored a lot of students on how to make their lives happier and more colorful. And today we are going to discuss more on the topic called Study Abroad for Students and Effective Leadership Qualities for Bright Careers. So, sir, please introduce yourself and please share us your experience with Edustori.
Yes. So, hi, I'm Amit. Discuss. So, I have about 25 plus years of corporate experience. I have worked with organizations like Gillette, Vodafone. I was vice president sales operations at the last when I moved out. And then because always there was a passion to give back to society to develop young kids. And then we started this venture 3 years back. So experience with Edustori has been great. Mentoring kids, talking to young minds, it keeps you agile. It keeps you always looking forward to know more because this generation at one point certainly knows far better than what we old generation people know. So a lot of learning happens when you interact with young kids. So I am enjoying the journey. Thank you
That's
and
great.
looking forward to a great interaction.
Yes, that's great, sir. So, friends, we have a lot of questions to ask, sir, and we would collect lots of information from his side. And students who are looking for, to study in abroad and those who want to get started with their career, this is the right place. So, sir, what are your thoughts on effective leadership qualities for bright careers?
Okay. So before I jump into qualities, I think let's understand what leadership is all about.
Yes,
In a sense, leadership, all of us do some kind of leadership role, whether knowingly or unknowingly.
true.
So every student, every individual gets into
Yes,
some kind of leadership role. Uh, the difference between effective and ineffective certainly lies how much you know your strengths or weaknesses versus how much you don't know. And
yes,
if it is in your radar, then you are able to effectively leverage those qualities. And ultimately, what is leadership? Leadership is all about leading a group of people for a common cause in simple language, and where you demonstrate. So now when you
true.
get into a position of leadership, when you say what are the qualities of effective leadership, essentially leadership, if you need to define the word leader itself, can be, I will acronymize it and so that you can understand it better, students can take a note of it.
Yeah.
Leadership, so all the letters of leadership, L stands for lead from the front. Now, as a leader, you need to be visible. You need to be at the forefront. You need to be visible. You need to be with your team, because at the end of the day, it all talks about achieving a common goal or fulfilling a common objective, right? Now, when you look at, so as a leader, people look forward to you as you need to demonstrate, you need to show the way, you need to set out the challenges, so and so forth. So that's one, lead from the front. Second could be E. E is leadership is all about effective communication. If you are able to communicate the purpose, the common cause, and hence these are the qualities which everyone should develop, which is, and communication, while everybody, if you talk to 100 of students, almost 98% of the people will say, ma'am, sir, we are very good in communication. But the purpose of communication, to understand effective communication, you need to be at the same level where you are wanting to communicate.
Yeah.
And that is the mistake which leaders most of the time do. And only effective leaders communicate at the same platform. So what do I mean? If you need to, if suppose you are talking to your very junior or the frontline people at a senior leadership, and if you only talk about EBITDA, profitability, the top line, bottom line, people will not be able to relate. You need to communicate, means you need to go down to their level and make them, your communication, your pitch needs to be that they can understand. So that's effective communication. Uh, obviously, the role of the obviously the role of the leader is to throw up challenges, and that is effective challenge, because you need to challenge individual, then only they can achieve higher. So
Yeah.
that's LE, which is two parts. A stands for in terms of attentive listening. Now,
Sorry.
listening, again, there is a very common thing that, yeah, I am a very good listener, but you know, there are preconceived notions which work in leadership. When you are joining, and a lot of people who are joining this podcast would have in certain thing in mind, that while we are listening to this uh, conversation today, I know it. Why should I look for leadership quality? So those preconceived notions, if it starts coming, listening is attentive listening. You need to really listen till the end, get what is best for you, extract the best for you, and then get it in your life. Get,
Yeah.
implement in your regimented life. So listening is very important, because listening is the biggest barrier in terms of the most effective leadership. Because, and normally you will listen and your students will relate. Uh, we have a leader, we have a boss who does not listen. He only guides, or she only drives the way he or she wants to drive. So attentive listening is also one of the very good quality which you should develop. Obviously, then comes the D, which is, it is all about drive. If you don't have a driving force, then there is no point in being a leader, because you need to be able to drive the team along. There will be obstacles. You need to find out the way forward. If there are challenges, you need to give the problem solving approach. You need to solve the problem, give them remedial solution. So hence, there is a lot which needs to be visible as a leader in terms of drive, right? Now, then comes in terms of leader, next will be E. Now, E is, it's about employee motivation. If you have your team and they are not motivated, your leadership cannot be called effective leadership. And I'm sure all of you who have a little bit of corporate exposure or who are starting up their own setup, you know how important it is to keep the team motivated, because motivated people can do wonderful assignments and tasks. Similarly, because a lot of your students would be appearing in competitive examination, it's all about motivation. If I am motivated, I know I have confidence, I will be able to do better in my competitive exam. But if I have lack of confidence, if I am not motivated, I am feeling very, very sluggish, then it doesn't work. So ensuring motivation is one. And then comes in terms of R. which is rigorous or regimented time management.
Okay.
And if you are able to, because you need to justify, you need to give them a timeline within which the work needs to be done. So in my opinion, if you look at from a leader perspective, it is lead from the front. I will just recapitulate. Lead from the front. Then becomes for in terms of effective communication. A is attentive listening. Uh, D is for drive or demonstrate from the drive perspective. E stands for ensuring motivation or employee motivation, and R is for rigorous religious time management. I think from a leader word, people will be able better to relate leadership
Yes, sir.
qualities.
Exactly.
These are the qualities, and there are enough and more. If you look around,
Yes.
I think to put all the leadership qualities into one frame is a difficult task. But for students who are appearing for competitive exam, I think if they are able to understand the word leader, those are the ones which they will be able to sail through very, very easily
Yes,
in
sir.
life.
Very true. Very well said, sir. Thank you so much. So, friends, I want you all to make a note of these points, and sir has given us a very good information today. So each and every one must follow these steps and points, and I'm sure one day each and every one will reach a success, and even you will be capable of being a leader. So, sir, can these leadership qualities be acquired?
Oh, very, very intelligent question. So normally, and are your guys comfortable? Are your folks comfortable in Hindi as well, or no? Can I do a mismatch?
You can, sir.
Mix.
No issues.
Okay. So normally there are two sayings when you look at from a corporate world, and a lot of scholars have researched. So one, there are two common lines which are used. One, leaders are born, and then there is a saying, leaders are made. Yeah, have you heard both?
Yes.
Now ये दोनों इसलिए important है because all of us are born with some innate qualities. Okay, now jitna jaldi, the sooner we realize our potential and our capability, our strengths, and we start leveraging those strengths, those turn into qualities of leader. Okay, sometimes not only students, as an individual also, you you tend to ignore, you never get into that frame of mind whether you need to realize what you are good at. And sometimes then you are forced, when you get into actually a role of leader, then you are told, boss, if you have to do this, you have to be organized, you have to lead from the front. Now leading from the front, obviously when you join army, nobody tells you that you need to lead from the front, there is a command, but that sense somewhere comes, and when somebody takes charge, says, okay, I need to reach up to the top mile, I want to be CEO of a commanding unit, then I need to show and I need to lead from the front, and hence it can be acquired. So to answer your question, leadership qualities can be acquired also. It depends in terms of how focused are you, in terms of making sure and knowing where you are lacking, what you need to practice, what you need to acquire. But yes, leadership qualities can be acquired as well. So at this point of time, if people who are listening to it, if there are age bucket of 15 to 18 to 22, and you don't feel that you have all the qualities, don't worry. You have enough and more chance to acquire all the skills, provided it is in your radar. If it is in your focused approach, it will happen.
Yes. Very
So it
true,
can
sir.
be acquired.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Very nice informative messages you're giving, sir. Really nice. Thank you. And so, what are
Thank
the
you.
best leadership qualities a student should develop in himself or herself from their childhood?
Okay. Mm,
Sorry, friends, and sorry, sir. I actually have severe cold, so struggling from past 1 week. So here and there I might be coughing. Please don't mind. Yeah.
I think when you look at from leadership qualities from a childhood perspective, and these are very, I will tell you, these are very generalized approach, which uh, I have seen because I keep mentoring, keep meeting a lot of students, a lot of aspiring candidates who want to go abroad. Uh, they do a lot of work along with us in terms of making their profile richer. I think first and foremost is the time management. Uh, as a quality because so today the session was to start at 11:30, 11:29. Both of us logged in. I think it gives you a respect. It's all about respecting somebody else's time, and hence you always show up a little before. For students, for people who are young, it takes a lot of time to be, it takes a lot of effort to be really regimented with terms of time management. You need to really ensure that you make it a way to reach office on time, to reach college on time. And I go to a lot of management colleges. Sometimes I hear students do come late in the class. Sometimes they come 30 minutes late. Koi nahi, one lecture we will miss, half a day, half a session. Don't know. That is not a problem. I think it's a respect to teacher, and that's first and foremost quality as a leader. I think it should be the time management which you should develop,
Yes.
uh, and you have to ensure you have to practice that. If you have told your and how can you do it? I'll quickly give you an example. If you have told your family members, your parents that I am going to come back to home at 8 tonight, ensure that you reach at 8, because little things like this you will be able to practice and make it happen. If you have told your friend that you will be meeting at a movie hall at 12, please land up at 12. That will be the
Mhm.
best sign. Uh, then you need to have a problem solving skill. A lot of people throw the problem. For example, the problem today could be Mamta could have said, I'm not feeling well, I have a problem, I am not feel I have a severe cold and cough. Let's not do this session today. So problem and simple solution that delay the thing. Now, when you look at problem solving approach, it keeps your mind agile. You tend to get into certain ways of forcing your mind to think alternate ways to do that thing. There is too much rain in Bangalore, I can't reach to my office, so let's not go to office. You need to find out ways, and that's about, and I'm trying to give you examples of simple problem solving. When you become leader, when you handle large businesses 4,000 and 40,000 crores,
Exactly.
then you are forced to take decisions. You need to give problem solving approach to your employees, and hence problem solving it can, and I'm not talking about mathematical problems which you are good at, Vedic maths, you train people for those tricks, but it is all about applying your mind whenever you are in difficulty, not to leave it and dump it, but to find out ways what can be done more
Yes.
and how differently it can be. So problem solving approach, one of the common word used in the recent modern times is out of box thinking. You can relate it with that. And third, which is very important, I find effective communication. I have told you effective listening. I have told you one of the drawback or a flaw of the digitally connected or social media world is we are, and I am observing this in a lot of students, kids, young generation, that they are losing connect of social networking. uh, if you have 1,000 followers on Instagram does not mean you have 1,000 friends.
Other people with you. Exactly.
Now you need to network with people, you need to develop your own network, and you need to stay connected. Stay connected on reels, stay connected on messages, staying connected on WhatsApp is not the way forward. Sometimes networking has come down to that level that we wish our elder brothers or sisters or family members happy birthday also on WhatsApp, We don't even call and wish them. Do you relate to it?
Very true, sir. Well said.
And that is
Become
where
very
the problem
difficult these
is.
days.
So one of the quality as a leader is to be visible. And when you need to be visible, you need to develop a social network. Because life in end, you will be very alone. And by the time when you realize that you are all alone, you need some kind of moral support. You need some kind of social support to, to be with you. And that is and most of you can relate to it. What happened during pandemic? When everything was closed, you are confined to your own homes, you felt suffocating. Why?
Yes,
Because sometimes when situation was beyond your control, there is no way to look at. There was no
exactly.
option to go back to.
Yes,
You
sir.
realize how alone you are.
Very
Correct?
true. Yes, sir.
So social networking is one of the quality which as a as a development habit one should start in the beginning. And I am again forcing wherever I go. I keep talking about this. The social networking, basic networking, family networking is very, very important. And we are missing that angle.
Yes,
Rest
sir.
all can be done, but your relationships, your networking cannot be done. If you have delayed it too much, then that delay will remain in your life.
Very true, sir. So, yes, friends, this is such a wonderful message. So, as we all are at home and we have our family, friends around, just try to spend some quality time with them. You need not spend the entire day. As we are in social world, we have to spend time with on our social media apps too. But then, as sir said, if you have 1,000 followers, it's not that all 1,000 people are next to you, but spend some time with people who are around with you. Okay, and really, sir, very true message. Thank you. And so we have lots of students with us who are studying, they're in their higher classes, and students who are writing the competitive exams, and also students who are looking for jobs. So I
Mhm.
wanted to know the difference between studying from Indian universities, I mean international universities, and also studying from Indian university. Could you please tell that difference, sir?
Okay. Uh, so that's my personal opinion.
Yes, sir.
And I am not supposed to be, you have political environment and so on and so forth. So I don't want to comment on the education policy of government of India or so on and so
Okay,
forth.
okay,
But in my opinion, uh, see, uh, there is a there is a hell lot of difference between two. The approaches are different. When you look at
okay,
Indian education system versus educational system across the world, I think the teaching pedagogy, the way you approach to the problem, the way education policy, and I think now government of India, or let's not get that way, with new education policy, I think the attempts are to go in that direction, which is more global approach. Now, just to summarize to the question which you asked, what are the difference between international studies at an
and yeah,
international university versus Indian universities?
yes,
I think Indian studies are more of theoretical in nature. You have
okay,
textbooks, you have to go through the
yes,
program, you need to know the concept.
yes.
And international studies are more of practical and experiential learning. It is
Hmm.
more of, you would have heard that there are a lot of case studies,
Yes,
discussions which
got it.
happen. So international gives you more exposure on a practical side of the problem.
Okay,
Uh, Not that everything in India is theoretical. There is a movement which has happened. There is a change which is happening. There are a lot of colleges where there is a little bit of practical exposure, or case study methods have started coming in and
okay,
have been there for over a decade. More important is that Indian studies, when it comes to evaluation, okay, when you do any degree, when you do any course, at the end of the day, what matters is number,
mhm,
your percentage,
yes,
correct? So here what happens, the Indian education system evaluates you more on rote learning, how
okay,
well you have been able to articulate what was there in the concept book and on the answer sheet which you are now writing,
exactly,
correct?
yes, sir.
Internationally, I think all the evaluations are more on your expression of the concept.
Yes.
So even if you could be, just to give you, you could be a very good, very top performer, even if you have not written anything out of the book
Mhm.
in the international space, because you are able to explain the concept to the individual, that what does it all take, what is this all about. If in Indian education, if you somebody is asking marketing, then you need to write, by Philip Kotler the marketing is this, by William D Jones marketing is what marketing does, and that is how it is tuned. So it is more of evaluation is a difference. So that is one. The 2 points are on pedagogy. When you look at, I think international education gives you a global exposure.
Mhm.
It gives you, you are able, your colleagues, your peers, one is from X country, the other one is from Y country. So there is a cultural immersion as well, which happens.
Okay.
You learn a lot of cultures, you develop network with other people. And I was talking about in 5 minutes back about social networking. So a
Mhm.
global networking platform automatically gets on your way,
Okay.
which happens. There is experiential training. All the learning is very, very experiential, because you need to get your hands dirty to understand the concept.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
obviously the state of art of infrastructure is world class in the all the global top universities.
Mhm.
So you really make a difference. And if you have a ecosystem which is compelling you to come to it again and again, you tend to fall in love with that place. You love the subject, you love the overall aura, and hence that is the difference. I think international environment, uh, also from an Indian student perspective, uh, it makes you more independent,
Yes.
because of whatever you say. So a kid from Bangalore can be studying in Delhi, okay, and you say that I stay in boarding, I become independent. No doubt you become independent. But when a Bangalore student is studying in US, he or she understand ki, boss, there is no parent. I need to fly back for 16 hours. Nobody is going to come to my rescue. I need to manage on my own. So, and hence I need to be control, taking charge of my life at in a country like US or UK or wherever. So it gives you more independence. It gives you more confidence. You are self-dependent to that extent, and your personality shines in that fashion. So those are, in my opinion, are the broad differences when you look at from studying in Indian universities versus now. There are also a lot of private new universities which are coming to India, which are
Mhm.
following similar pedagogy.
Yes, sir.
For example, Ashoka University, Flame,
Yes.
Christ. There are a lot of private universities which have
Private
started
university.
coming.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much. That was really clear because from long time I had that confusion about Indian universities and international universities and how can our students go study abroad and all that. So, sir, how can students plan their study abroad journey? And is there any age limit or from when they can start or something like that?
I think there is no age limit, but
Okay.
just to put it in a perspective, from a 10 standard, after
Okay.
10 standard, when you need to choose your subjects,
Mm-hmm.
there is a little bit of clarity that should start coming in your mind. So
Yes.
we get students. I represent a platform Edustori, wherein we help students for all the global placements and admission into international universities.
Mm-hmm.
We get students from ninth class standard onwards. Okay,
Oh, great.
ninth, 10th. Now, whenever you look at people, kids who or students who want to study in US, typically starts preparing a little early.
Mm-hmm.
And so, just to give you an answer, I think 11th, 10th, 11th onwards are the best time to start preparation. And a lot of things. And one more thing, if you are looking for global studies, from fourth standard, fifth standard, every competitive exam or uh, any approach which comes to you, like Olympiad, MUNs, any kind of social debate, any kind of debate, whatever activities are available to you in and around in your school, you should participate and you should try to take maximum advantage in all those things. Those are the things which you can start early, but for study abroad, I think 10th onwards should be good enough.
Nice. That's great, sir. So, sir, could you please tell us about your 3C approach which you follow in your students? And that is choice of course, college, and desired
Understood.
country. Yeah, please, sir.
So, so that's very unique to us. See, normally what
Okay.
happens when a student comes to us or to go to any consultant for study abroad, typically they are very clear in their mind that they come and the first statement they say, "Sir, I want to go to Canada." Or somebody comes, "Sir, I want to go to in London. Sir, I want to go to Australia." Sometimes parents I need to send my daughter to France. The
Hmm.
reason being, either her cousin is in France or her mousy
Hmm.
stays in France. Somebody says his uncle is there, and so on and so forth. So somebody
Okay.
has some kind of relation to relate to, and they come with a preference कि Canada जाना है, US जाना है.
Yeah.
In our opinion, I think we will have to take it a little back. Why are you going to in a different country? You are going to a different country. What is the first purpose? You said study abroad. You are going to study a course.
Yes.
You want to pursue something in a different country,
Yes.
right? Now, when your end objective is to do a course, why you are starting from a country?
Yeah.
Ultimately, you need to go for a course. I want to go for MS in computer science. I need to do a PG degree in political science. I want to do a course in sociology. I want to get into, you know, automobile engineering. But so, what are you going for? You are going for a PG diploma or a degree in computer science. You are going for a diploma program in artificial intelligence. So we start with our approach that any kid who comes to us, any student, aspiring student comes to us, we say, what is the course which you want to do? What you have done till now? What is your background? What is the best, which is the best course which will suit you from here on? If you have done BBA, can you do MBA? If you have a work experience, if you don't have a work experience, you don't want to give GMAT, then what do you want? Can I give you a MSc in marketing, digital marketing? So we look at course first. That's the first C.
Yes.
Course is once finalized, then we look into which are the colleges
College.
where basis your potential, we can try.
Yes.
Everybody and anybody cannot get into Harvard or
Yes.
Stanford or
Yes.
MIT. Now I need to know, I need to relate your academic score versus that university which is
College.
offering the course.
Yes.
Then we do a matchmaking versus your potential, your academic score, and the course, and we match the two. Then we put it on platter what are the best course and the best college which is giving you that course. Obviously, you need to have the budget, you need to have the affordability, bandwidth, so all that discussion happens. That lends up to part C, the second C. And third C is the country. If that college is in Australia, then Australia is good for you. If that college is in US, US is good for you. Why? So we start a reverse pyramid. Rather than going from country, we start from college, course,
Course.
and course, college, and country.
Yes, sir.
So that's the 3C approach,
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
and which
So,
every
friends,
student should
yeah.
take.
Yes, sir. So, friends, those are looking to study abroad, here's the right place. And Edustori helps students study abroad, and age limit it starts from 10th or 11th. So, once you complete your 10th standard, that is 10th grade, then when you step into your PU grade, that is 11th or 12th, then get started with studying abroad courses. You can get into their website and know more details about them and how to get started with your life journey. And these three C's, that is 3C approach, is very important. Firstly, you should need to check into your scores. So which course you want, then the right college, and then the country. So usually we think, no, I need to go to this place, that place, Canada, Australia, US. No. First think about your course. Fine, sir has given us a clear idea here. So, sir, what are the best ways for students to clear any type of competitive exam? So there are students with us who wants to clear exam and then jump into, their job career, or if they want to do their higher studies in abroad, they might have plans here. So first of all, how to clear their competitive exams.
So I think for competitive exam, I think let's keep it very simple. Practice, practice, and more practice. Once, very simple.
Yes.
But having spoken, having met a lot of students, I think, and I'm telling you purely from my experience. One, for any kind of, to be successful, any kind of competitive exam, you need to understand the format. It's absolutely important to know the pitch on which you are going to play. So know the format. Uh, and people who say I am preparing for UPSC, I am preparing for civil services, I am appearing for bank examination. They take up some books, they take up some course and start last few year papers.
Yes.
But they really don't get into the depth of the whole scenario in terms of how many questions will come for verbal, how many questions will come for quant, what is the overall thought process, what is the timeline available. So know the format is the first one. Secondly, you need to be clear with the concepts of your main subjects. For example, if you're looking for maths, if you're looking for chemistry, any subject, you need to know the concept. That rote learning of, और जो हिंदी में बोलते हैं कि उसको याद कर लो रट्टा लगा लो, that won't work, because वहीं आप फंसते हो. Because all the competitive, see, remember, what is competitive examination? Why do we call them as a competitive exam? Why don't we call them as a general exam? Because competitive exam, the whole idea, they want to rank the people who are appearing.
Yes.
Now they need to decide who is better than the rest of them. And hence, the way, they are not going to ask you straightforward question. If there is a Pythagoras theorem, they are not going to write it that way. If it's a normal, stat problem, they are not going to state it that simply. It will be in a different, distorted fashion, complicated fashion, so that only intelligent people can decipher and then answer. That is how you do competitive examination evaluation. And hence, understanding the concept is very important. Even if the question comes in a very different format, you will be able to relate to it. What is it? Third, in my opinion, learn the tricks and the traits, that the concept like Vedic Maths, advanced Maths, whatever, which will help you reduce time management. Because time is critical in all the competitive exams.
Yes.
बहुत सारे बच्चे रिलेट कर पाएंगे, बाहर आके बोलते हैं पेपर तो आसान था पर टाइम कम पड़ गया, आई कुड नॉट सॉल्व द होल प्रॉब्लम. And where you fumble, because you spend probably a lot of time in only 2 or 3 questions, and hence you had lot of, you were short of time for others. So that is one which you need to do. Also look at, for most of the competitive exam, while the main subjects are important, there is lot which is to do with general knowledge. Yeah? And in the social world, in the social media, I am sorry to use, but our general knowledge levels have gone down dramatically. So my suggestion, I will not tell you to abstain from social media. Don't go on Facebook, don't go on Twitter, don't do this, because even if I will make that recommendation, people will not listen to it. The first thing in the morning, they will have to get up, take up the phone, check the Insta stories,
update the status, and then leave to work.
Yeah. So
exactly, sir.
I have a little different opinion. In my opinion, you should work out your time so that be on Instagram, be on social media, but try to get into YouTube, but spend time which is relevant to you. Go for blogs of people who are who are talking about general information, general politics, Indian politics, international politics, because that needs to be updated. And howsoever, whatsoever we think and say, our general knowledge levels have really gone down. For everything and everything, there is one trump card, which is Google.
Yes.
We have got into habit of googling so much that we understand, oh, who's the PM of this country, tung tung tung, and then there is an answer.
Yes,
So
sir.
that is giving a lot of thing. And last two things: one, work on your interview skills. Your communication needs to be good, because a lot of time and most suffering happens when you clear the written exam but you are not able to clear the interview. It's the
Exactly.
most difficult aspect.
Very true,
And
sir.
why it does not happen? Because you do not spend a lot of time in your own personality. You
Yes.
do not groom yourself well. You are so much into studies that you tend to forget the way to express your thoughts to somebody else. That is also important in communication. Effective listening, I told you. So prepare for interview well, and overall groom your personality. Take care of your personality when you are looking for competitive exam.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It was truly very informative, sir. So, and also, sir, students, they lack in their memory power and confidence. So, as you said, they clear their exams, but at the time of reaching their interviews, there they lose their confidence, they'll become stressed, they'll become hyper tense. So, they'll lose their memory power there. So, how can they boost up all this stuff?
I think, Mamta, the answer to this question was in the last answer which I gave.
Yes,
One need to understand why
yes,
do you get to a state of low confidence? Why do you get into that you forget? That's all to do with anxiety, stress, and I am also a happiness and stress coach,
yes,
which typically means that there are a lot of students who take a lot upon themselves, and whether you call them a moral pressure, societal pressure, family pressure, uh, and if you lose time that you don't prepare well for a UPSC exam, and when you appear, and why to take only UPSC, whether it's a joint entrance exam, IIT, JEE, when you look at the medical exam, which is NEET, a lot of students prepare for over years, and
yes,
then on
sir.
the D day, everybody talks, beta, please clear NEET. We need to get through a Maulana Azad Medical College. Somebody says we need to get crack the IIT Delhi or IIT Kharagpur. CSC it is waiting. तो बच्चा वैसे ही प्रेशर में जाता है अंदर,
Yes,
और
sir.
वो प्रेशर में इसलिए जाता है कि एक तो एक्सटर्नल प्रेशर है, देयर इज अ हिंदी सॉन्ग, कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, लोगों का काम है कहना, सो पीपल विल कीप टेलिंग यू.
Yes,
My first suggestion to you is don't worry beyond a point, don't care. Do not give your mind and attention to everything what you are hearing, whatever you are listening around. एग्जाम के आसपास ना अपने आप को ना लोगों की बातों से कट ऑफ कर लो. डोंट
yes,
लेट अदर पीपल इफेक्ट योर स्टेट ऑफ माइंड इज द
very
पॉइंट आई
true.
एम
It's
सेइंग.
all negativities.
Negativities, because one of the
Yes,
negativity important factor which happens because of negativity is your peer pressure.
yes,
Suppose you and me are preparing for a common exam which is day after tomorrow, say CAT, 5 days from now,
yes.
and I call up Mamta and I say, "Hi Mamta, kaisi chal rahi? How are your studies going?" And Mamta says, "Very good." And I say, "Acha, yeah." Or Mamta says, "No, no, not very good. I have a lot to cover." I said, "Okay, you still have course to cover. I am done with the
I'm
course,
done.
and I'm done. I have done. I am now revising. Oh, I think I'll be comfortable." So that 1 minute conversation with Mamta, Amit has passed a message that Amit is overconfident. I have done everything. And Mamta, instead of thinking and devoting time to study, she unnecessarily gets into a thought process. Oh gosh, he is already
Collapsing
done.
there itself.
Where is
Yeah.
what is lacking in me? Why I have not been able to get to a review, revising phase?
Yes, sir.
Oh shit, where I have fumbled. So for no reason you start thinking differently,
Yes.
and
So
it
instead of
distracts
that
your mind.
conversation, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It distracts
Instead
your
of
mind.
having a conversation, we can aramse study and concentrate on our day-to-day
Uh,
activities.
then
Hmm.
Then you are studying. I told you most of the competitive exams have a lot of anxiety, a lot of societal pressure. You are studying, you are preparing for over 2 years, and then in between you are opening up Instagram and you are seeing a couple of your friends who have taken commerce are roaming around in Goa, or they are having a ball at beach in Pondicherry. So what are you doing? What is the point? Boss, you chose to get into IIT, then you should not be complaining for friends who have taken arts and commerce and they are enjoying in Goa. Don't get into reels. Don't look at their happy moment at Goa, because that is not going to add anything in your life. It will only distract you. Trust me, it is going to distract you,
Absolutely.
demotivate you. So if you can cut your social media usage very close to your examination time, you will feel lot of confidence in your
Yes,
approach. Memory power comes from concept clarity. if
yes,
you
sir.
if you understand concept, then you are well prepared. Then you will not have lack of memory happens because you are trying to remember everything. Brain is very limited space, and if you try to put everything in terms of the form, and it is humanly impossible to remember everything which you have read. So
Yes,
don't unnecessarily put yourself ki boss, you are God's gift to mankind and I can do everything. No, you can't. Have a clear understanding of your own ability, is the message I am trying to tell. If your parents want you that you should be the IIT topper, and you seriously believe that you can't be IIT topper, then it's better to tell them that I'll be a very good performer, but don't force me to be in the top,
topper. Exactly.
because
Mm,
it's not easy. And it's not,
yes,
why
sir.
should you stress yourself? Because that moral pressure of being here kills you.
Yes, it
It
puts us
drains you.
down completely. Yes, sir.
So confidence is a state of mind, memory power is a state of mind. I think do some. And one of the other thing which I realize with young kids, students, they don't work hard on their physical fitness.
Yes, sir.
If you are
That's a very
studying,
big thing.
then you are studying, there is no walk, there is no morning exercise, there is no yoga, there is no
Yes,
meditation. It helps. It helps. You should do it too, because that keeps your mind agile, that keeps
yes,
your mind trickling, and that one should look at.
yes.
So those are my suggestions
Yes, sir.
for.
Thank you so much. Yes, sir. So, friends, this was a clear message. So, when you guys follow all this, I'm sure you can crack any type of competitive exams or any exam and reach heights. If you want to clear interviews, you will. So, by listening to all these words, I'm sure students who are still, under a pack, you will just come out and get started into your life. So, good luck for everyone. So, thank you so much, sir. And this session was very informative. And our students would have got lots of insights, and I'm sure Edustori will help their life more colorful.
in case
So
in
yeah,
case
so
they
we
need
can
any
wrap up.
help.
Yeah,
Yeah, in
yes,
case
sir.
they need any help, all our services are available online.
Yes,
And hence there is no need for people from Kochi, Bangalore, Delhi to come to Delhi. I think everything is available online. You can visit the website and you can share the site thing. People who want to look forward, we would be happy to help.
yes,
All
sir.
right, it was
Thank you
great
so much.
interacting with you, Mamta. Thank you so
Thank
very
you so
much.
much, sir. Same here. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.